maybe by dating you, they're going to be on camera, or it's going to be said something about them or in the newspapers. So yeah, I guess a lot of guys are a lot more private than the girls on the show. And so they just don't want to be a part of it.
What about, speaking of dating, Quad is single. So what type of guy, like, do you think Quad needs if you were
Oh
going
my
to fix
God.
her up?
She's such a catch. I don't know why. I mean, she's happy. Like, she's not desperate. She's got her life. She's got her house. She's got her nephew. Her mom's living with her. She's got her whole family support system. So she's not desperate for a guy. She's happy in what she's doing and who she is. But I think she's a catch. Like, she's a beautiful young woman. I mean, what guy wouldn't want her?
And she seems happy
And she's
single
fun.
as well.
So, like, yeah.
Anyone in Hollywood that you can think of, like if you were going to set Quad up with someone famous, like can anyone come to mind?
Oh my God. That is I've always had a crush on Lenny Kravitz. I think he's such a handsome man, such a fabulous, like, unique character. And he seems mysterious. And I always like salivated over his videos. I think him, but I'm sure he's happily married.
I was going to say there ain't nothing wrong with a little Lenny Kravitz, and no, he's actually single. So
Oh,
I mean, at least to the best of my knowledge. So let's
yeah.
just put that out there into the world.
Yeah. So I could see that. I could see those two.
Do you watch? I mean, you don't have to. Do you watch other Bravo shows? Like, are you a fan of any of the other shows?
I have watched them. I've been busy the last couple of years, so I've not watched them. I mean, I watched Below Deck because it was always on before our show. But I just like to see clips. Like, I'm on Instagram all the time, and so I get all the clips of all the stuff coming out. And so yeah, I'm more of a clip watcher than a show watcher.
What about, do you know any of like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, just being local in Atlanta,
Yeah,
even though you're in Aspen?
Candy had a fabulous event for her restaurant. I was at that a few months back, and so everybody was there. It was a great event for her new show. She's got that new show out, so
Yeah.
it's the launching of that. So it's small circles in Atlanta when you're mixing with that crowd. So yeah, you get to meet them all.
What about, I mean, I know we see in the coming attractions, and it's been all over the news, like Ania, like her home invasion, like Marlo from Atlanta Housewives, her home invasion. It just came out that Marlo's was part of like this gang that apparently also broke into Mariah Carey's house. Like,
Horrible.
is it, I mean, I'm in the Hamptons, but normally I'm in New York City, which has changed a lot in the past. Like, is Atlanta?
Well, it's scary because people are not afraid. There'll be cameras and there'll still be a home invasion or a robbery. And often it's these young kids that are just trying to smash and grab and get stuff. I mean, it's really sad. But I was also at Sheree's event. She had a fashion show, which was fabulous. I think it's going to be shown, or may already have been shown.
She by Sheree, yes.
Yes, and that was fun. All the ladies were there. That was a great evening. But going back to Marlo and going back to Anila, it's the reason why I have become more off the grid and not showing my home and my things, because I was in a robbery. Like, I was held up and robbed in Atlanta 2 years ago. And I just changed my life after that. I became a lot more conscious of what I'm putting out there, where I'm living, what I'm doing, because I want to protect my family. I don't want to be putting it all out there. And I think in this day and age, you have to be really careful what you put out, because there's always someone watching. And like the guy that robbed Kim Kardashian, he said he didn't feel guilty because she had that. Like, it's just nothing to her. He watched her like throwing this ring about, and like, she's super wealthy. He took the ring. He didn't harm anyone. That's maybe how they're justifying it. So, as long as no one gets hurt. But then if they've got guns, you're one bullet away from being dead. The guy that robbed me had a gun to my head, and he went on to shoot 3 people. Like, after that, I'm like, my life is changing. I'm not doing any of the stuff I was doing before. Yeah, it became a lot more real and a lot more serious for me after that.
Was this like, it wasn't in your home, it was just out and about?
No, I was in a nail salon and I was one of the last customers. And it's this Buckhead nail salon that's, got very wealthy clientele. And it was in October, so it was dark. And these two guys came in, not wearing masks. So I'm like, I'm dead because I can see their faces full on. Like, and they basically held everybody up, hit me over the back of the head with a gun. I fell to the floor, smacked the front of my head. I think I was unconscious for like, I don't know how long, maybe a minute, maybe only 45 seconds or so. But when I came conscious, I went to grab my keys and my phone because they were on the floor and I don't know why. And he saw me going to grab my things. And so he pushed me down and said, I will effing kill you if you're going to make a phone call. I'm like, I'm not making a phone call, just not doing anything. And they robbed everybody. Robbed the cash register, took everyone's purses and jewelry, and then just left. But they caught them, and they both unfortunately got life in prison because
Wow.
they'd done it a lot. And they were young guys, like 21, 23, like kids really, with, for what? What did they get? Not much. So
Wow.
sad, it's sad.
And you try not to wear like fancy stuff. I mean, I have a friend, I mean, she yells at me all the time because she doesn't wear a lot of her stuff.
I go out in Atlanta, I'm not wearing all the real stuff. Like I'm going to be a lot more conscious. Here in Aspen, it's safe. It's a different vibe. So I can wear it, luckily. But yeah, in Atlanta, I'm not going to be all diamond bracelets and Cartier and all the, I'm just not.
It's the same thing with the Hamptons. It's safe.
Yeah.
Because there's only one way in and out. And like if something happens here, it would be literally all over every town within like 30 seconds. And like everyone would but it's the same thing versus New York. It is.
Same here. There's one road in and one road out. So what they often do, if someone commits a crime, they just block the road at the entrance, like 20 miles down the road, 50 miles down the road, and catch them. Like people don't get away with crimes here.
That's the same thing here. Like people don't lock their doors. I lock mine, but most people don't. They're just like, there's one way in and one way out. So you block the way out and it's over.
I park my car. I never lock it. The keys are in it. Like it's just a different vibe. In Atlanta, I have to make sure the Range Rover's mirrors are in because people will go around. And if they see those mirrors out, it means the car's not locked. They'll just rob your car. We were at an event and we came out and Duncan, my husband's car, was gone. We're like, where did we park? And then we realized about 20 minutes later, oh, it was stolen.
I'm glad you could say that with a smile on your face.
Yeah. And 2 weeks later, it showed up just before the insurance was going to get us a new car. But we got his old car back and it was a bit dirty, but not bad. I mean, no damage.
But I guess after what you went through with having like a gun to your head, I guess that would change. I mean, that's like what Dorit went through is going through